Hello everybody, Yoga for Change. My name is Michael. Today we have a sequence with a lot of twists. We're going to twist a lot. Not suitable for pregnant women, for example, but also if you know that applying a lot of pressure on the stomach, intestines, organs is not a good idea for whatever reason, or if you feel like that's not what you need now, then choose a different practice, one that doesn't have such an emphasis on twists. For this sequence, I assume that you have already had a warm-up. Maybe you've done sun salutation a few times. Maybe you did something else to warm up. We're going to have only a short warm-up, warming specifically for twists. So hope you're ready. Have fun. We start on all four. Cat and cow a few times. As you inhale, arch the back, lift the chest, lift the sit bones, and as you exhale, round the back. And now I'm stretching the left leg and starting to make big circle with the right arm. And with these circles, my torso is pulled into a twist. So again, lengthening now the right leg and doing the circles with the left arm. Breathing as I do this. And I'm trying to fully stretch the back leg so that my hips stay rather stable. And now I switched again, and now I'm going to lift the left leg off the floor and try to make those circles with the right arm as big as they were before. It's going to be a little bit different, a bit more challenging. Now lengthening the right leg, lifting it up, try to keep it stretched, not bending the knee, and making the big circles with your left arm. Coming into plank position. I'm going to twist here as well. So dropping the heels to the right, stay there for a moment, back into plank, drop the heels to the left, and then again to the right, and again to the left. Keep grounding your hands, and think a little bit of lifting the chest or pulling the chest a little bit forward. Downward facing dog. Take a moment here, breathe. Maybe you want to make some small steps, bending one knee, bending the other knee, or just breathe or make any kind of movement. And come slowly to the front of the mat, or almost to the front of the mat, into a very kind of easygoing, nice forward bend. That means feet wide apart, knees bent. And guess what? So we're going to twist to the left by stretching slowly the left leg. It's like I'm leaning back. That's what I'm trying to do, leaning back, and then adding the arm, reaching up with the left arm. So you can see that the pelvis is also tilting, the hips are also sort of tilting. So it's not a very deep twist, but it's a start, and it's quite open. Other side, so I go into the twist by slowly stretching the right leg. Just a few breaths there, reaching through both arms. I'm using a block under one hand. You can also do it without a block. Maybe you need a higher block or two blocks. Forward bend, relax, and slowly roll up. Come to standing. Stand at the front of the mat. Tadasana. We're going to start by balancing on the right leg. So many twisting positions have an element of balancing in them. Try to fully stretch the standing leg here. You can hold your left shin with both hands. And now I'm holding it only with my right hand, and I'm going to make a big circle with the left arm. So reaching up, then reaching backwards. So a lot of times the arms are, with an arm movement, we go into a twist. One side or to the other side. A big step back with the left foot, high lunge, lift both arms. And then, again, with the arms, turn to the right, open the arms. And then inhale and lengthen the spine. Exhale, see if you can stretch the arms a little bit more so that you can twist just a little bit more. And maybe even the back knee is a little bit bent. But now we're going to lean forward. And as you lean forward, you can stretch the back leg more and more and more and more. Do it slow, no rush. At some point, the floor will appear magically under your left hand. And then you can really reach through both arms. And as you can see, I'm making some small adjustments by stretching actively the back leg, which lifts the left hip a little bit away from the floor. I'm just trying out there, making some small mini adjustments. Lift the pelvis, round the upper back, ground the hands, knee to the forehead. 3 breaths. Then pull the right leg underneath you over to the left and ground the left foot on the mat. Downward facing dog. Breathe through the nose in, maybe through the mouth out if you feel like you need to let some tension, let out some unneeded tension, and jump to the front. And come into a chair pose, Utkatasana, bending the knees, lengthening the arms. You either have the feet together or a small distance between the feet. Twist to the right. So take your left upper arm to the outside of the right thigh. Twisted chair pose. Also here, have a feeling of leaning back a little bit with your upper body. Now we're going to try and lift the right leg and right foot. So start by lifting only the right heel off the mat. And then see if you can really press that left foot into the floor. Stretch the standing leg, maybe even fully stretch the standing leg and come up. Stay there for a couple of breaths and then come all the way down until the right foot is grounded. And now we do a similar thing with the left foot. We lift it up. And now we're going to lengthen the left leg backwards. Try to do it slow. See what happens. Good. And then find the mat. Come into a twisted side angle. Try here to fully stretch the back leg. Think of the right hip sort of rolling back. Also a helpful orientation for this pose. And now take the back foot a little bit closer to the front foot. Make the step a bit smaller. And we're going to have both legs stretched now. Start by lengthening the spine. A block under the left hand can be very useful for this one. This is the twisted triangle. So after lengthening the spine, breathing in, you turn to the right and reach up with your right arm. And think here of rolling the right hip back. And slowly come out of the twist. Take the block in your hand, take it forward, shift the weight, come into a twisted half moon, first by lifting the back leg, then again by twisting to the same direction to the right, reaching up with the right arm. And really try to stretch and lift the back leg. Stretch and lift, and relax. Ground both feet. Make this little seaweed dance. It's been a while since I've seen an actual seaweed. Maybe it doesn't really look like that. And roll up again. Just rolling up. All right, let's start with the other side. So we're standing on the left leg, hands on the shin. I'm just holding my right leg bent in my hands, taking a moment here, trying to fully stretch the standing leg. And now I'm going to leave only the left hand there on the right knee, and I'm going to make a big circle with the right arm, reaching up, then reaching back, and as I reach back, I twist to the right. The right knee still is pointing forward. I'm not also moving there with my pelvis and leg. And come out of this twist. It's helpful maybe to have the hands on the hips, and then take the right foot a big step back, aim for a big step, and then maybe you need a small adjustment. Lift the arms, So this time we're twisting to the left, opening the arms. Same thing here. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale. See if there's a little bit more twist to squeeze out of this position. And then start leaning forward slowly. As you lean forward, you can stretch the back leg more. Sooner or later, you're going to find the mat, the ground, underneath the right hand, and then you can use the arms more. Reach out, press the right hand into the floor. Now, both hands on the mat. We're going to lift the pelvis around the upper back, ground the hands and knee to the forehead. 3 breaths. Keep the pelvis high, and then ground the back foot and move the left leg underneath you over to the right. And you did it. So deep breath in and a soft breath out. Again, we're going to jump to the front, come into a chair pose. So again, you have these 2 options of either the feet are together or there is a small distance between the feet. And in that case, just see that they are parallel to each other. And then take the right upper arm to the outside of the left thigh and arrange yourself. Press the hands together and twist to the left. Think of keeping a long spine. And now starting to lift the left heel off the mat. Then really the whole leg, the whole structure, this whole shape comes up by stretching the right leg, pressing the right foot into the mat, and maybe even reaching a full stretch with the right leg. Challenge yourself. Coming down, now we're going to ground the other foot so that we can take the right foot a big step back. Try to do this transition slowly. Make it more interesting. Come into your Parivrita Parshva Konasana, hands together. And now coming out of this twist, make the distance a little bit smaller between the feet. Now we're going to fully stretch both legs for our twisted triangle. And you're going to roll the left hip back, lengthen the spine. Maybe you need a block under the right hand. And with this long spine, you twist to the left and reach up with the left arm. You can decide what to do with the head and with your gaze, but try to maintain a long neck and as much as possible a relaxed neck. Whether you look up or whether you look to the side. Shifting into the half moon, shift the weight forward and lift the back leg. Reach up with your left arm, twisting now to the left this time. Try to fully stretch and lift the back leg. And come out. Very demanding position, really, the twisted half moon. It's a good one to practice. Good. And after this relaxing time in this forward bend, we're going to go into a couple more twists, slightly different. So coming into Malasana, have your hands together. It might be that you need something under the heels. It might be that you need to stay a little bit higher if the hips don't allow you to go all the way down. All of those options are okay. And I'm going to just take the right hand to the floor, not in the middle in front of me, but a little bit more to the right. And then reach up with the left arm. So I'm kind of like squatting and twisting at the same time. Come back into the upright squat, lift the chest, and then dive in, but this time to the left, and reach up with the right arm. And it could be also here that you need something under the hand so that it's not on the floor, but it's on a block, for example. Maybe that helps. So one more. And then we're approaching the end of the practice. So you're just going to take the left knee on the mat with the right foot in the front on the outside. It can really be on the floor, even not on the mat. You can also turn the right foot a little bit out, not too much, but that the toes are pointing just a tiny little bit out. And then you either have the right hand on the right knee, option number 1. Option number 2, you reach back and up with the right arm, keeping the chest open. And option number 3, you reach more back so that you can grab the left foot. So you have to bend the back knee, grab the left foot from the side of the small toe, from the outside. So that allows you also there to keep the chest open, not to close yourself up, or not to have some strange, uncomfortable position for the shoulder joint. Same thing on the other side. Option number 1, left hand on the left knee, twisting. Option number 2, reaching sort of back and up, not really back, a little bit more up to the ceiling, let's say. Option number 3, reaching more back, bending the back knee, and grabbing the foot from the side of the small toe from the outside. And then trying to sort of lengthen the collarbones, open the chest, and at the same time let the hips kind of drop down like a stone in a lake. Good. And you can finish by going for some kind of a nice, relaxed twist, sitting, for example, or even lying down. Or you can go into a back bend practice or whatever you had planned to finish your practice in any way, back bend or inversion. Feel free to wrap up the practice in whatever way that feels good after so many twists, so much detox. Now you're really cleansed. So wishing you a great day after this practice. Take care. And after all this detox, make sure you nourish yourself with some really good things.